Always my favorite segment of the week, Sports Stories. This is where we just share some cool stories happening in the sports world, or in this case, the previous sports world. We got a great guest, Jeffery Goodall Jr., who was a former ball player, played with Tony Gwynn. You got some great stories there. Now you've navigated somehow into this real estate space as a luxury specialist out of La Jolla, that awesome part of town.
Yeah.
And you donate a lot of your I guess you'd call it earnings commission to charity. So already a great story. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Hey, thanks for having me on, Craig. I appreciate it.
And I should mention to our audience, Jeffrey's sock game is strong, strong today, challenging me here. So, Tony Gwynn, the icon, the hero of San Diego, share.
Mr. San Diego. I had the privilege of playing for Coach Gwynn. Like I said, it was 2005 through 2006 on a team that was loaded with talent and had quite a few guys that I'm sure a lot of people still watch. Justin Masterson, Bruce Billings, Lonnie Berry. That year we would have also had a guy named Adam Jones, who's one of my personal best friends. I grew up playing ball with Adam, and had a good team. Had a tough season. I think we had 15 or 16 guys taken and signed off a 35-man roster, which I think is still probably the most
insanity
ever from San Diego State. So it was a fun year.
Tell us about playing for Tony Gwynn. What are some decent memories there?
Wow.
The ones that you're allowed to share, because I'm an old ball player, and a lot of the stuff that happens at practice, on the road, dugouts, you can't necessarily share it. But what was it like playing with and for Tony Gwynn?
You know, Coach Gwynn was literally Mr. San Diego. I think everybody still refers to him that, Mr. Padre. But he was probably one of the most caring coaches I've ever played for, both on and off the field. I mean, the guy was just no nonsense, very family oriented, cared about a tremendous amount about his players, but also cared about the program. And I think in his mind knew that San Diego State was going to get to the point they are this year. You know, and it's obviously a couple years after he's passed, but he was the reason that at the halfway point through the year, I was actually considering leaving the team. Wasn't having a good year. Wasn't enjoying baseball anymore, and actually was in an exit meeting with another one of the coaches who basically was saying, hey, look, you know, this isn't what we thought was going to happen. It might not be the right fit. And I had transferred down from Pepperdine after playing my freshman and sophomore years up there, 2003 through 2005, and was a little disappointed, was actually kind of mid-tears. And Coach Gwynn walked in and just said, hey, I got to ask you a question. I said, yeah. He goes, you know, what do you want? And I'd already talked to friends and family and said, hey, you know, I'm thinking about this. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. It'll kind of come down to the very spur of the moment. And when he asked me that, I looked him square in the eyes and said, hey, Coach, you know, there's nothing I want more than to give you 110% and play for you on this baseball team. And there was just something about him that was larger than life and that was nourishing and definitely made it an enjoyable year. We started very, very well. I think we were 5-1 or 5-2, and then had a little bit of a slump. But the whole time he was positive, upbeat, you know, and just a all-around great guy to be around.
Wow, man. Thanks for sharing that story.
Absolutely. And
of course, you know, I'll mention again that I'm a former athlete, ball player, and you kind of learn the art of competition, right, when you play sports and teammates and, you know, the whole deal. So now you've taken these life lessons from one of the greatest coaches to ever walk on a ball field. Now you're in the real estate business, man. So you're out of La Jolla, Berkshire Hathaway, really an iconic spot. Everybody, if you're in San Diego, knows that off Prospect. It's an iconic office space with great people. The Gellens out of there, I have to give a shout out to Maxine and Mari because I love them. But tell us about what's going on now with real estate.
So real estate, the transition from my prior career, which actually was entertainment for 10 years after I got out of baseball.
What kind of entertainment?
I was a disc jockey.
Was that a dancer?
No,
you don't look like a dancer.
No, I was a DJ for 10 years, 8 here in San Diego downtown, and then 2 back in Las Vegas.
Wow.
Had a fun time with it, and just got to the point where I realized I needed to make a transition in life, and that I knew I wanted to have a family. And so for me, the natural fit was real estate. My dad's been a realtor for been a real estate broker for 32 years. And so I made the switch, and
you landed in a good office.
Absolutely.
In La Jolla, not too bad, man. And then you donate some of your commission and earnings to charity.
Quite a few, yeah. Actually, we started the Goodall Group Gives movement probably about 6 months ago. And at the end of the year, we were working with a client who, as most real estate agents know, they don't always go perfectly. You don't always get the opportunity to close the deal.
Yeah. You don't get paid for the work either. You're not paid hourly.
No, you're not paid hourly at all. So I had worked with this couple for about 3.5 months. And unfortunately, fortunately for them, they found the perfect house. Unfortunately, it was not I that found it for them. And they bought it from a developer. The developer said, hey, we're not going to let you use a sales agent for this, to save money and to buy it at the price you want. Told the clients, hey, not a big deal, it happens. And it ended up working out well. So I took a portion of those proceeds and gave back to Promises to Kids, which is a local nonprofit that works with foster youth. I gave a portion back to the Church in Rancho Bernardo, which is the church that they attend. I gave a portion back to the City of Hope, which is actually a hospital up in Los Angeles that my client's sister was getting cancer treatment done at.
Good for you, man. Well, I admire the passion you have for your work, and certainly to help the community out by donating to charity. And thanks for sharing the story with Tony Gwynn, man.
Absolutely.
Good luck with everything.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.